Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading for your next in love, your next relationship, love relationship pick a card reading. So I will have 3 piles to choose from today, and I'll just insert a clip here and you can take a little bit of time to really ground yourself and choose whichever pile resonates the most with you. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and get started, so take a few deep breaths. Choose whichever pile resonates the most with you, and we will go ahead and move on to the piles. Alright guys, let's go ahead and we will get started. You guys chose the carnelian stone. So what's next in love for you guys? So actually all of the piles today popped up really fast, so that's really nice. So you guys have the 7 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, you have the Fool. In this deck it's the Green Man. I'm using the Witches, the Green Witches Tarot today. The 5 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. So what I'm kind of seeing for you guys right now with your 7 of Wands, you can see she's kind of enjoying her day, cleaning up and putting things up and away. It's kind of like a little bit of a resting card. Like it's the type of card that you're not really utilizing too much. You know, you have the little burden tree sitting here resting. She's has her fireplace going. She's in her normal clothes and she's hanging up her wands for display. So it's also a little bit of a success type card where you have all of your stuff displayed and pretty. Now with your Ace of Cups, you have your little flowers. I believe they might be lily of the valley, so I'm not quite sure. And your salmon. So this is all about abundance in love and emotions. And then your Fool card is about new beginnings, sometimes being naive. So I definitely think that for your next in love, you guys, it's going to be coming on slower than normal. You're taking your time to enjoy where you are right now, but you do have the prospect for the new beginnings with that Ace of Cups, and with your new beginnings again with the Fool card. The only thing is that you may be during this time feeling like you're like lonely, left out in the cold, you're not being included. You're pouring out 2 cups and then you have 3 full cups in the background here. So a lot of grief and disappointment. Maybe things didn't go the way that you thought it would in the past. But you do have this Knight of Pentacles character coming in, as well as this King of Pentacles coming in. So somebody who is coming in with an offering. You can see there is a person here riding in on a horse with a bouquet of roses, a bouquet of flowers, as well as a hawk flying in. So a lot of abundance, loyalty, determination, somebody who's got basically their whole life together. So you can look forward to this, but I do think there is going to be a period of loneliness beforehand where you might think like, oh, nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to like be with me. But yeah, just know that it's time to focus on yourself, and there are new beginnings coming. And also too, after I see these 2 like new beginnings cards and then this disappointment, you may have like a prospective person coming in that is very like short-lived, and you might be disappointed because you're like, oh man, like I've been watching all these pick a card readings, I've been doing my own readings, I've been told that, you know, somebody's coming in and this person came in and they didn't stay for long. But that I think is just something to help you with your lessons in life. And somebody else is coming in soon, shortly after that, who's actually meant to be in your life for a while. So for the 7 of Wands, you have the Page of Wands clarifying. So the Page of Wands is a very playful character, somebody who enjoys their time, they're independent, they're very creative. So with that 7 of Wands, taking that time to really put up your successes and like have them resting is really confirming that you're spending time by yourself, being an individual. So with your Ace of Cups clarifying, you have the King of Wands. So yeah, you may have this new beginning. If it is for some of you that you have somebody like who comes in short term, this could be like a fire sign short term. But let me look at the rest of this before I really confirm much of anything. Alright, now with the Green Man. Okay, yeah, Green Man, Fool, naivety. You also have this Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords a lot of the time is self-inflicted, really feeling like, oh, woe is me, like, you know, stab myself through and through, being really like self-depreciating, and it also can be somebody stabbing you in the back as well. And we will look at the Seven of Pentacles with that Five of Chalices. I definitely think that you or somebody else is going to be kind of putting a little bit of pain into your life before this new person comes in. But with this Five of Chalices, with the Five of Cups, being clarified by these Seven of Pentacles, it really talks about, you know, you are being successful, you're reaping the benefits of the things that you've done, but you're not paying attention, you're kind of feeling sorry for yourself. And then you also have Justice clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. So this person who's coming in is coming in after you do your shadow work, after you find the balance between your light and your dark sides in emotions. And for your King of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords clarifying. Yeah, so this person who's coming in is very quite powerful. Somebody who has everything together, who's very non-biased. And when is like the last card. So you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is obviously representative of the number 1. So this could be like 1 week, 1 year, 1 month. But it also is kind of indicating too to me that this person is going to come in when you have more mental clarity on yourself and how you're feeling and how you're doing and what you're like, who you are as a person. So yeah, so you guys have, for your Moonology Oracle cards, you have the New Moon in Pisces, which is meditate and contemplate. You have Full Moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. And the New Moon, a new start is coming. Yeah, so it is coming. I definitely think you need to meditate and contemplate, like this says. Take some time to be by yourself and be your individual self, balancing spirituality and practicality, and just know that this new start is coming. But like I said, I don't think it's coming soon. I think it's coming in a little bit. So yeah, you have, for your energy oracle card, sorry, Mercury's in retrograde and I'm struggling with talking. Yeah, you guys have strategy for your energy oracle cards, Magician in the Mirror, and Caring Connection. So yeah, this is going to bring you somebody who is maybe a journaler, somebody who writes out their feelings, somebody who really tells you and communicates with you in a good basis. The Magician in the Mirror, so the Magician is a manifester, and the mirror for me is a reflection of this manifestation, so it's extra abundance is the meaning for me. And there's also an infinity symbol above his head. So this is an abundance that goes on for a very long time. So it's also balancing temperance in a way, fire and water type imagery. You have the blue and the red imagery. And this person also coming in is going to be a very caring person, somebody who is more like a life partner, somebody who is a friend to you, somebody who really, really cares about you very much. So I'm excited for you guys. Like, don't feel too bad. You know, you might have a little bit of a bump in the road, but the person who's actually coming, because I do think you may have somebody coming in between that's really short-lived. It could be just like a very short fling, like I'm talking like maybe a month, maybe 2 months tops, like very, very short before this person comes in. But it will be for a little while. You're focusing on yourself right now, and that needs to be done because you need to balance your shadow self before this person can come in and have that mental clarity about yourself. And now we're going to look at your notes from the universe on love and connection. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. The only difference between a friend and a foe is that you've decided where the love can grow. I love the universe. Yeah, so this person, you know, you might have this person coming in, and because of that little fling that you've had, you're like, I'm not sure, but you get to decide. Like, you get to make a choice whether they're going to be somebody who's for you and somebody who's not. So I think really the best idea for this, especially with the strategy, is to give this person a chance, you know, go out on a date or two with them, you know, and really see if that's something that you want to pursue, but don't just cut it off before you try it, because this person could be somebody who's very important in your life and who could turn out to be your life partner. So you don't want to cut them off right away. Give them a choice, like give them a chance, and you know, don't, because I do think they're going to be very close together, this one person leaving and this one person coming in. So don't make excuses as to like the time frame. Oh, like it's too soon. Just give them a chance. That's, you know, create space for new love. There you go. When a thing hurts your eyes, stop looking at it. When it hurts your ears, stop listening to it. And when it hurts your heart, stop justifying it. I love you so much. Love the universe. Yeah, so I definitely think that this person, and this person honestly could already be in your life for some of you, because this is not a reading for singles specifically. I didn't clarify that when I pulled. So you could be, you know, in a relationship right now, and that could be ending, and somebody could be coming in, and for other people it could be just a fling that enters and it's over with very quickly. So it's important to create that space for new love, and realize that it's your choice whether to allow that love into your life or not. So you do have to give people chances in order to allow that in the first place. But yeah, that mental clarity for you guys is certainly needed before your King of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles moment can happen. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below letting me know if it resonated with you. And if you'd like to hear more from me, you can hit the little notification bell down below. I try to post once a week, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Alright, group number 2, welcome to your pick a card reading, your next in love. You guys chose the rose quartz here. Also, sorry if I stumble over my words a little bit. Mercury is in retrograde and I am having issues with speaking. So we'll jump right in. I'm using the Green Witch's Tarot for your first little bit. You guys have the 5 of Swords. You have the Horned God, which I believe is the Emperor in this deck. It's a little bit more of a Wiccan deck, I believe. So it's you have the Green Man instead of the Fool, the Horned God instead of the Emperor, I believe. You guys have the 4 of Chalices, 4 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the 7 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. Alright, so next in love, you guys, I definitely think that right now you're taking time to really look over what you have and to really see, you know, what you're going to be doing next. So in this card you have the 3 swords pointing towards someone, and for me the 3 swords indicates, you know, heartbreak in a way sometimes. You have your red geraniums here and your peacock. So this is kind of almost like a selfishness card. You know, your peacock, when you think about somebody who's peacocking, you think about somebody who's kind of full of themselves. So maybe you've had a kind of a run-in with somebody who has not really thought about anybody else but themselves in love and relationships. But you also have this Horned God, so the Emperor. And the Emperor brings in all of this really strong energy. This person specifically, I definitely think they're going to be connected to nature. You can see he's surrounded by a whole bunch of different animals, very powerful. He could be a Sagittarius. He does have a bow and arrow. And also too, with this 4 of Chalices, I think that because of your past, when you have this person coming in, this Horned God, I think you're going to be a little bit, almost like, it's like a shut in, like you don't want to share what you have, you don't want to open up, you're kind of closing the door. You know, you have somebody who's out here like offering you a cup, and you're just kind of sitting inside and you don't want to be involved. So I definitely think because of your past, maybe you don't want to open up a lot. But you have the Wheel of Fortune, which in this deck is the Wheel of the Year. So cycles, things are changing, things are turning. So I definitely think that with this Seven of Cups coming up, you're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to be kind of undecided. There's going to be temptations and desires, and you're really going to have to decide what you want to do. Make that choice, as well as the Six of Wands. Whichever choice you do make, it's going to be victorious. So don't really think too hard upon, you know, the past like issues that you've had in your life that, you know, maybe they don't work very well for you. Like maybe you've had issues. Don't look at those and compare it to this new love coming in. I don't think that would be helpful for you guys. Now let's look at your Tattoo Tarot for clarification. So for the Five of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands clarifying. For the Emperor, you guys have the Knight of Cups clarifying. For the Four of Cups, you have the Four of Wands clarifying. For the Wheel of Fortune, you guys have the Nine of Pentacles clarifying. Sorry about that. For the Seven of Cups, you guys have the Nine of Cups clarifying. And for the Six of Wands, you guys have the Two of Wands clarifying. Alright, so you guys definitely, I think that this Ace of Wands is representing creativity and your own creative spark. I think maybe that you guys being yourself and being creative hasn't really worked out in the past for you. You have tried to be yourself, and you've had somebody who is really egotistical maybe shut you down and really like compare you and be a little bit selfish. Like they also, you know, pick at you. In this imagery, they're trying to choose which sword to pick. But, you know, in love, being picked at isn't necessarily the most, it's not the most loving thing you could do, like picking at somebody. So yeah, I definitely think that creativity that you have, that uniqueness that you have may have caused this other person or other people in your life to really kind of be selfish and really pull you apart because they have their own egotistical issues. Now with the Horned God, you have the Knight of Cups clarifying. So you have somebody who is very, very loving, very sweet, very kind, very emotional coming in. And with the Four of Cups, you have the Four of Wands clarifying. Now the Four of Wands is really setting things up and enjoying, you know, where you've been. So be careful that you don't like necessarily hog anything like to yourself. Like don't shut yourself in. And while you're resting and enjoying being alone for a bit, just know that there are things that are in the works. The wheel of the year is turning. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is all about luxuries. It's all about, you know, successes. So this is going to be a good cycle coming in, and you can see that with the Seven of Cups being clarified by the Nine of Cups, because the Seven of Cups can be a little bit daunting because it talks about temptation sometimes, and you know what's under the cups. A lot of tarot images, you know, you could have a snake under a cup, a scorpion under a cup, but you could also have roses, you could also have love under a cup. So making those choices is really hard to focus on because you have all these desires. It's really keeping your eye on the prize of the thing that you really, really want, so that you don't get distracted by things that are kind of shiny and pretty and they're not what you really want. But since this is clarified by the Nine of Cups, that's going to be really, really good outcome for you, the choice that you make. The Nine of Cups is pretty much everything that you could want. Perfect balance. Everything is full, everything is what you can want, luxurious, beautiful, abundant. And then with the Six of Wands, that victory, you also have the Two of Wands clarifying that. So this Two of Wands is talking about travel. So this could be somebody who's from far away. It could be somebody who is just on your path, on your journey, on your spiritual path. And I do think that that is resonant for a lot of you, that this person's going to be for your spiritual, like on your spiritual path. But like I said, they could be from a different culture, from a different part of the world. Yeah, so this might not be somebody that you specifically know. I think for a lot of you, I don't think it's anybody that you know coming in next. But you will have some choices to make for sure. And I think one of those choices is, will you stay single or will you go for whoever is kind of calling to you? But I think it's best to just go for, you know, give somebody, you know, the time to really give them the benefit of you considering them, at least. Now, when is this going to happen? So the Knight of Swords, that's going to happen fast. This is an action card. This is diving right in. So this is going to happen soon for you guys. There's really not much holding you back with that Knight of Swords. So this being your person that's coming in, there's not much holding them back. So they're going to be very quite direct, I believe, because the Knight of Swords is very direct. They're not going to hold back. They're going to be very fast coming in, and I think that's where you're really going to have to decide, because you seem to be the person who takes their time to really decide and really sit back and consider. But this person who's coming in, you know, it's gonna be quick. So you really do need to sit down and say, well, like, what should I stay shut off by myself? Should I just enjoy the things that I have? Like, or can I enjoy the luxury that I've built for myself and really go and move forward and be able to have this victorious abundance and go on this journey with this person? All right, let's look at your Moonology Oracle cards. So you guys have prosperity lies ahead, the new moon in Taurus. Adjustments are required, the third quarter moon, sorry. And a new romantic cycle begins, the new moon in Libra. Yeah, so I definitely think that the adjustments are talking about really figuring out like how you're going to fit somebody else into your life, because I think for a lot of you, you've been alone for a while now because of these peacocky type people in the past, these egoistic people in the past. So you've been alone for a while, but your prosperity lies ahead, and you can see that with the Nine of Pentacles, and that's just part of the cycle, and adjustments are required because that new romantic cycle is going to start. So you really need to take a step back and really look at what you are ready for. Really sit back and say, you know, like, I've earned having somebody in my life, like the ability to have somebody in my life, so it's time to make room for that. Okay, you guys have a man holding a heart, which really, really is kind of funny because the way I have them laid here too, I have all three of your men that you have. So yeah, you have a man holding a heart, somebody coming in with a romantic perspective, things to bring, I guess, I don't know. A new romantic cycle begins. You also have Goddess of the Moon, so you're going to have to really talk to your emotions, be the goddess of your emotions, take the time to really sit with them and say, like I said, do I have room for another person in my life? And if I don't, why don't I? And can I do this? Like, can I do the things I need to do to make room for this person? And you guys have financial constraints as well. So I definitely think that this person may not necessarily have a lot of money, and that could be another decision that you guys are going to be kind of like, oh, okay, because you guys are going to be more prosperous, but that prosperity lies ahead, so don't let any fear of financial constraints really hold you back from giving this person a chance and really opening up and letting them into your life. I think there's something really important to learn from it. And two, the financial constraints, you know, maybe this person's far away and they want you to travel to them. You may have to use your abilities to you know, manifest and find, you know, resources to be able to go do that. Sorry, Mercury's in retrograde and I'm struggling like big time today. All right, let's look at your notes from the universe on love and connection. You glow, we beam. Thanks. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thanks for all you've shared. Love the universe. P.S. It's just another one of those nutty body algorithm things. All right, yeah, because like I said, in the past, I think somebody did hurt you for being who you were, and maybe you're afraid to be who you are now. But, you know, it's time to let go and spread those wings and really go forward and move on from that situation. I know it may have been heavy before, but it's important for your growth and important for your life, your spiritual growth, to move on from this. You also have, you are adored, is what you have next. Don't be fooled by the players and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you, and I know everyone. Precious, love the universe. Yeah, so I definitely think that you guys have been played in the past. Maybe, I really honestly think that this is kind of the thing that you need to get over if you want to push forward in love. And it's not necessarily getting over it, but it's pushing through it, moving forward from it is what I really mean. And accepting the situation in the past for what it is, forgiving yourself for being in that situation. If, you know, this person in the past or these people in the past have hurt you so bad that you can't forgive them, that's fine. Forgiveness is never for them, it's for always for you. So forgive yourself for whatever you need to forgive yourself with and move forward and really give yourself the time and the space to have this new person in your life, because they are somebody who really cares about you, somebody who really loves you, and they're going to be the person to support you through anything. And I think that's really a nice thing to have and really important to have somebody like that in your life. So, alright, thanks so much for watching group 2. If this resonated with you, please leave a comment down below. I love to read your comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you guys want to see more from me, you can ring the little post bell notification down below, as well as, that's it. Yeah, just click the bell. Like, honestly, oh my goodness, girl, this Mercury is like killing me. Yeah, I try to post every week. So yeah, you can find me there if you want more from me to get some notifications. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for bearing with me with my whole communication issues. I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Alright, group 3, welcome to your pick a card reading for your next in love. You guys chose the Sedona stone. Alright, so we're going to get going, and I'm really struggling with Mercury retrograde right now, so if I stutter and repeat my words, that's what's going on. Honestly, I'm not the best speaker, but this is like a little bit out of hand today. I don't know. I'm just blaming it all on the planets at this point. Alright, so I have your Green Witch's Tarot here. Let's go ahead and get started. So you guys have the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, whoop, Eight of Wands. Oh my goodness, Mercury, don't be like this today, please. You guys have the Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Sun. Alright, you guys. So right away, I think that you guys had a new beginning. I don't think that this is going to be a relationship for you guys for a long while. I think that you guys had a new beginning, and you're kind of just standing still at this point. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck. With your Eight of Wands, you know, the Eight of Wands can be sitting and really preparing things, taking the time to prepare things. It's also changes. So, yeah, you have these changes. You're preparing for changes. But with the Eight of Swords, you know, the Eight of Swords is walking away from things. You know, she's all feeling stuck. She's, you know, feeling like she can't get out. It's the need to walk away from things, because the situation that you are in right now, you're kind of blindfolded and tied up, and you don't really see like there's anything to really benefit you in this situation at all. You also have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is a hard card. Obviously, that's your loss, your heartbreak. So she's returned, looks like, from a trip with her house all deserted, you know, like it's being deserted in a way, like a loss of some kind. But you also have the Sun, which is a really positive card. It's a really optimistic card. I think you guys are going through a lot right now, taking the time to work on yourself and try to get yourself out of the situation that you're in. I think you guys have been left behind and really maybe suffered a lot in the past, but there's new beginnings and the outcome is positive. So let's just look at your clarification cards, and how this is like going to play out for you guys. So for your Ace of Pentacles, you guys have the King of Cups clarifying. For your Two of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles clarifying. For the Eight of Wands, you have the Two of Cups clarifying. For the Eight of Swords, you have the World clarifying. For the Three of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands clarifying. And for the Sun, you guys have Strength clarifying. Alright, so you guys, I definitely think that this whole new beginning with your Ace of Pentacles being clarified with the King of Cups. I think it was a healing new beginning for you to be by yourself, like away. You know, you have to, this is like a building that's kind of sitting and there's sheep and there's nobody outside, you know, you're tucked inside this building, you're away from everybody else, everything, the world is kind of going on outside of you right now. I think you are tucked away a little bit, but you need to work on your emotions while you're starting this new beginning, and you also need to heal yourself and become a little bit more spiritual, I believe, with this layout as well. So with the Two of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles clarifying. So I definitely think that maybe you guys are in a relationship or you just left a relationship where you felt stuck. You know, this person may have had everything earthly possession-wise, but maybe they just couldn't fulfill you emotionally and you had to leave. Or if you're in that situation, you know, maybe you know, could consider all your other options as well. Now with your Eight of Wands clarifying the Two of Cups, so that to me is kind of showing that there is this new beneficial relationship. The Two of Cups is like the card of love, right? You know, having this friendship, having this love, this connection, and maybe it's having this love connection with yourself too first. Now with the Eight of Swords being clarified by the World, I definitely think that there is a completion of a cycle coming through of you getting yourself out of the Eight of Swords situation where you're feeling stuck and blindfolded, and really your feet are unbound in this, so you can walk away. It's just a little bit scary because you can't see where you're going, but that's okay. You don't necessarily need to see where you're going as long as you can get out of the situation that you are in right now that's not serving you well. And with your Three of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands clarifying. Yeah, so definitely sometimes the Knight of Wands can be a little bit of a player, so maybe you guys had this player in your life, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who you're in a relationship right now and maybe they've cheated on you, but this is somebody who was very fiery, vibrant, had their eyes always onto the future, and maybe they were a little bit selfish, but you felt left behind in that situation. But with the outcome, you have the Sun clarified with strength. So I definitely think that you are going to have a good outcome in the end, where you're working on your strength, bringing in that optimism, that positivity, and finding that end of the cycle and really restarting again. And when it's funny too, I asked when this like new love connection would happen, and I don't think it's, ooh, that was a weird noise. I just breathed in, my throat was like, nope, you can't have air, girl. But you have the High Priestess for when. So I definitely think that this is important that you focus on yourself, focus on working on yourself, your spirituality. I don't see that there's anybody really coming into your life soon, and this one card being the High Priestess is really telling me that you have to be spiritually in touch with yourself. You need to take the time to delve deep into yourself and figure out what's going on with yourself, how can you get yourself unstuck, and how can you grow as the High Priestess, as your own self, by yourself. Now let's look at your oracle cards, your Moonology oracle cards. You have Be Bold and Make the First Move, the Cardinal Moon. You and your loved ones are safe, New Moon in Cancer. And Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon. So I definitely think for some of you, I just got the message that you could be considering getting a divorce, being bold and making that first move, presenting the papers and saying, look, I'm done. So, and it's also too, if you guys are just in a regular relationship and you're saying like, look, I'm done, you and your loved ones are safe, it's going to be fine, everything is going to work out. Believe in the impossible. You have the Sun card with that strength at the end. So if you're in a situation where you feel like you want to leave this person and you're kind of like, oh, well, like, will I have somebody else coming in because I want to leave this person, and that's going to be probably like, to you, your main reason for leaving. You need to figure out that having somebody else coming into your life, it should not be the main reason for you leaving. It should be because you are doing it for yourself with that High Priestess card. Let's look at your energy oracle cards. You have Woman Holding a Coin, Rest and Rejuvenation, and the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Alright, so the woman holding a coin. So once you leave this situation, the things that come out of it, because this pile is the things that come out of it, you're going to be really prospering with all of your earthly possessions. You're going to be good with health, wealth, career, you know, family, friends, as well as you're going to be resting and rejuvenating yourself. You've been through a really rough time in the past, so it's time to really take care of yourself. And with that 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, that is your heart chakra, so there's a lot of work going on with your heart chakra in the future that is going to help you get to that high priestess mentality and be in yourself and be okay with being by yourself. Alright, so your notes from the universe on love and connection. See me in their eyes. When conferring with another, either face to face or across the miles, whether a human being, departed spirit, or sentient tree, always speak to the highest within them. It makes such a difference. Amen. Love the universe. P.S. Yeah, as if some trees weren't sentient. Glad you caught that. Yeah, so really taking the time to forgive yourself and forgive this person that's been causing you grief. Take the time to see them as our highest self. You know, maybe they're not the best person in this life, and that at the same time they're perfectly what they need to be in this life. As hard as that is to say, there's certain lessons and certain things that come out of it that are really beneficial for you. So seeing them in their highest self and seeing them at their highest vibration, maybe even go, you know, up and about, like, you know, when you're meditating, and talk to them in their highest self, if that's how you can forgive them and forgive yourself if somebody has hurt you in the past. You also have time for a love fest. Actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons. And usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. Groovy you. Love the universe. Yeah, so this person may have been very different from you, but they have their reasons for doing the things that they do. So maybe that could be a good way for you guys to really look back and accept your past and accept that things may not be how they're supposed to be right now, and you need to move on and move forward. So yeah, because when you take the time to really figure out and understand people, instead of assuming all of their, you know, assuming their reasoning, assuming their motivations. Sorry, you guys, something dropped over there. But when you take that time, it really does help with that for sure. Forgiving them and loving them as our highest self. Alright, you guys, group 3, that is your next in love pick a card reading. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I love to read your comments. And if you'd like to hear more from me, you can hit the little notification bell down below. It'll tell you whenever I post. I try to post once a week. Yeah, so I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys so much. Bye.